The current Secretary General, former Norwegian Prime Minister Jens Stoltenberg, leaves the post in 2022. Talks are already underway within the alliance to decide his successor, with a number of British candidates being suggested. Along with Mrs. May, there is speculation around Lord Hague, the former Tory Foreign Secretary, and Lord Sedwill, who previously worked as Cabinet Secretary. Speaking to Italian magazine Formica about the subject, Mr. Wallace said, "Theresa May was a fantastic Prime Minister in a very difficult time. I worked for her as Security Minister. She would be one of the excellent candidates." However, Mr. Wallace insisted the government has not yet decided who to back for the post. He added, "There are also a lot of nations and what's important for NATO is brought together unanimously." NATO has been the main Western defensive alliance since it was first launched in April 1949. Its members are committed to collective defense, meaning they will all respond to any external attack on a NATO member. The alliance currently has 30 members and moved into Eastern Europe following the collapse of the USSR. EU plot backfires. Joe Biden unimpressed by bitter bloc's Brexit own goal. Speaking to the Daily Telegraph, a former NATO official explained how the General Secretary is selected. They said, "There is no papal conclave-type process. There are discussions in the background. It's all done by chat and whispers and the rest of it. You've got to get somebody who's acceptable to 30 countries. It all hinges on what's acceptable to the Americans. They will want someone who's reliable." Mrs. May served as Prime Minister between 2016 and 2019, following an extended spell as Home Secretary. However, she angered Eurosceptics by proposing a form of Brexit that would have kept Britain closely tied to the EU economically. This was repeatedly voted down in Parliament with the help of EU supporters seeking a second referendum. Out of the 13 NATO General Secretaries since the alliance was formed, 3 have been British. These included General Hastings Ismay, NATO's first General Secretary, who held the post for 5 years. NATO is currently in the process of withdrawing its forces from Afghanistan. This followed Joe Biden's announcement that U.S. troops would begin pulling out on May 1. However, there are concerns the Taliban, and other Islamist extremists, could seize power. Earlier this week, The Times reported the U.S. has a plan to launch a bombing campaign if the Taliban try and seize Kabul.